Oh, right, I'm doing a slightly different video. I'm tagging along with the YouTube channel Black156 Explorers, and they're going to do an abandoned, Cults abandoned limestone mine. So I don't know how far I'm going into the mines, but I'm going to have a wee look at it anyway. So I've got my hiking boots on, I'll probably be filthy, but never mind. We'll just see how I get on anyway, okay? Right. So we're just sort of heading in towards the trail going into the mines. No, I've never been here before. I'm just following these guys. They ken this area. It's their main sort of locations for, well, one of their adventures is here. So I just basically tag along with them, and I'll see what I'm going to do when I get there. So I'll turn this on and just show you a wee bit of where I'm heading towards. So that's the other channel just getting their intros done. And we're just heading along here. So this is a real adventure for me because I wouldn't dream of going into any of these mines on my own. They're pretty brave at what they're doing. They've done two things already. They've done the Strathmartin Hospital and they've done the, what was that other one they've done? The Glenrothes tunnels, that was it. Yeah, Glenrothes tunnels. So let's see what we find later on. I'll turn this off now and I'll put this back on when we get a bit nearer where we're going, because I'm not quite sure just how long this is going to be, this trail. So I've been on part of their introduction to their video as well. We're all vlogging here. So that's So you've been here before, have you?
Once, no, three times. 3 times I've been here.
David's been here 3 times before.
Went quite deep into one of them. I won't be going that deep today.
It's braver than me anyway. It's getting a wee bit overgrowth here, so I'm going to just turn this camera off at the moment before I end up slipping, because it is quite quite tricky here. Right, so we're still trying to find how to get to the mine. It's been a while since David was actually here. We're just figuring out how we're going to, the best way of accessing it. Yeah, it's probably the best way, I think. So we're just taking another wee route to find where this, one of the entrances is to this Cults Limestone Works, limestone mines. When was it this mine closed again? I'll let you Google it up and find. A few years, we'll say anyway. We'll just say a few years. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see it. As I've never been here before, so I'm just gonna be a big adventure for me as well. Right, I'll turn this off now and I'll save a bit of battery and memory. Okay. So we're still hunting for the mine, but it looks like there's a bit of a quarry to the left here. It'll be interesting just to see what's down there. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Oh, it's down there, is it? Oh, is this like another mine or something? Or a quarry or something? Yeah.
It's like I say, it's been a while.
Quite a while. Yeah. So we're at a point here where we're still deciding where we're going, but there's, you might have saw that quarry, just like a wee sort of, it's like a quarry, or a crater, maybe not very big, it's a big dip anyway, so there's just another one on the other side. But up the hill there is nice, goes up towards the fields, so I reckon we're deciding, I think we're going to be either going that way or the other way, and Dave's still deciding. It's been a while since he's been here, as he said, so we're just on the hunt for it. But I'm just watching where I put my feet because it's very muddy here and I do not want to be slipping. Right. Oh, it's nothing worse when you do that. With the microphone switched off. Right, I'll turn this on later on, okay? See you in a bit. So we've found some entrance over there. It looks pretty creepy, but apparently there's other ones as well, just in the nearby area. So I'll reserve judgment about going in or not. So it's been filled in, this one. So this was an entrance here, and it has been filled right in. I filled it in. There's another couple of entrances, Dave was saying, so we're not out of the woods yet. We're still in for a chance of getting in one of these mills. So it's a bit of a relief, but a bit of a sigh of relief. But, so I just got to see what we could find in the way of an entrance. I'm just going to have a wee look up here. I think that's just filled in as well. Right, we'll see what we can find further on. Oh, we've found the entrance. We've found a entrance, and that's it there. So I don't know. It's looking rather. Oh my God, gee, that's absolutely. Oh, nice try. Right, camera off time. Right, so it's down there. I'll tell you what, I'll turn it around, I'll show you. Right. Let me see it just.
Now if you're not sure about this kind of stuff, then
Definitely going to be slipping. So this is me having a look at this as well and deciding. I've now got the camera pointing into it. It is rather very slippery. Definitely going to get muddy getting in there. Getting out is going to be even more fun. Getting in's easy, just falling. But getting out, he's got a big powerful torch, so. Oh gosh. I really am going to get mucky. Right, so I'll decide in a minute or two what's happening. I'll save batteries, so. Right, I'll turn this off for a minute and then I'll decide what's happening here. So that's David attempting, well he's actually in, and he's just going to get his camera to see what like. Now, I kid you not, it is extremely slippery here. I'll try and zoom this in a bit. So David's been very brave going down there. Well, what do we think? So how deep is it going in?
we won't be going in too deep.
20 feet. 20 feet. Right. So it's time to get muddy, I think. I'll turn this off for a moment and then I'll see what I can see when I get down there. Right, so we're in the tunnel, and the entrance is only just up there. It's just back there. No, I've established I'm going to get muddy, so there's no point in trying to keep it clean. And we're heading not too far, just back a wee bit there. So I'll turn this round and I'll show you what I'm seeing, okay? Right, so I've never have came this far on my own, but with two people that have done this sort of thing before. It's quite new to you as well, Kane, isn't it? So it's two amateurs here. Now I don't know if you could see that. My torch isn't as bright as theirs, but I'm hoping you could. Oh, tram tracks. So the tram tracks go through that tunnel, and we're at the sort of junction, because back there there's another tunnel where the tunnel extends through. Now we'll look at, Dave's looked at the top. We've got to assess this because this is dangerous. Right. I'm just watching where I put my feet here, because now there's an arrow pointing. This is a meeting point. Just walking on these tram tracks. Wow. No, that looks really dodgy, doesn't it? Any loud bangs and that could, as you say, cause that to yeah. No, absolutely not. Safety first all the time. So there's only so much we could do. The heart rate tends to go. There is these arrows on the wall. What was that saying there? Out. I think that's what that says. It's spelt with an E. Exit. Yeah. I'm just really using their torchlights because my torch is so useless. I can only really show you what they're filming. I could try and put this on infrared actually, see if it's any better for you. Okay. So I've got it on infrared, but we've decided there's too many cracks. And it's like John was saying, that the more open a roof is, the more likely it is to cave in. An arched roof is stronger, but that's a flat kind of roof. Now, they're pretty experienced, they've done this stuff before. I haven't, so I'm following their advice. Yeah, that's probably what that is, a string. So there's a string. Oh, thanks, yeah, I could. So I've got a shot at a torch from Dave there, and that's helped considerably. That's the string that would lead out for groups. How are you feeling, Kieran? I hate my back being turned to anything, so. Right, so we're kind of like deciding that this is as far as we're going to be going. God, there's so many these string lying about here, isn't there? Yeah, that's their way out. That's a lifeline, literally, isn't it? Oh yeah. Is that your old one when you were here last? Jeez. So always assess the roof when we're in places like this. Because you get sort of into a false sense of security after a while. You feel safe, but that's the danger. Yeah, complacency, yep. I would never ever advise anybody come down here, because that's my advice anyway, so I'm advising that you don't. That's like a wee cavern down there, but that's our exit entrance just up there. Right, so I'll stop this for a moment. That was fun. Now we're out, finally clamber out there. As far as keeping clean's concerned, forget it. Absolutely back it. Everybody else's as well. I had to get first out because I've got a phobia about being last in, or well, last out rather. I like to be at least the first or second out. I just hate being the last one out. So, but they helped us. I got out okay actually. I gave them a help when I got out, but it was quite scary. But you've got to be sensible about it though. Let's say I wouldn't advise anybody to do that. It's dangerous. You don't know the condition of that. Slipping on the first place. Oh, okay, nearly fell there. Gosh, it's slippy. I'm going to end up falling here as well. I'm just watching you slip. But yeah, that was quite exciting actually. So we're going to head to the Thornton Fever Hospital, and we're going to have a wee look, an adventure in there. So, wow. So they're all doing their vlogging as well for their channel. Oh gosh. Right, I'll turn this round and I'll show you some of the scenery later. So we're just heading on back to the cars. We'll just follow the road, I think. We'll get back fairly easy. So I've got my good hiking boots on, so that helps. You really need good footwear here because it is very slippery. No, actually. Might be well worth an adventure at some point.
Yeah, it's the low tide and obviously probably an all day thing.
Oh gosh. Well. So we're just on the tarmac now, getting my way back to the... Must have walked quite a bit, maybe about a kilometre along trail to get to there. There is more than one entrance to the tunnel. The first one is, well, one of the ones you saw was blocked off. But you would have seen that the tunnel went across. We were at a junction, that was obviously which led to the main trunk tunnelling, assuming. Yeah. Is there? Good grief. Like, that's unbelievable, is it? That was scary. Imagine you went on there when it was dark. Right, so that's us back to the cars now, and we're heading off to the Thornton Fever Hospital. It's an old hospital, it's been closed down for a while. So I'm just going to follow them to it, and we're going to have to get going fairly shortly before it gets too dark. So you'll see me there, okay? Right, so we're heading to the abandoned hospital. So it's up this wee trail here, and we've got to be quiet because there's nearby houses. So again, it's just extreme caution. And Dave's leading the way because he knows the area better than us. knows the area better than me, because I've never been here before, so I'll turn this on and show you where we're in. It's the Thornton Fever Hospital, the abandoned hospital. So let's just follow in. So we've got to be really quiet here because this house is just on the right there, and what we don't want to do is draw attention to ourselves, because well, it's not really what they don't really want people to be venturing in here, and we don't want to be getting checked by the police or anything like that, or security, so we really need to keep cautious. Above all, just we don't want to end up getting injured or anything, and I won't encourage anybody to do this, so that you can watch what I'm seeing in the comfort of your armchair. No, it's pretty creepy over here. Pause this for a minute. So this is what we're heading into. Oh, it looks pretty grim. Yes. Right, I was trying to get a picture there, but I just didn't want to be left behind. I just want to keep up with them, because, as I say, I don't know my way around here. Now, this is a very dangerous looking building. I'll try and get my torch if I could. I'm basically just using their lights because my torch isn't that great, but I'll see what I could show you. I should have brought a better torch, but so this is what, there's a lot of cables lying about here. I just felt something scrape my head there. That's a cable, but you always assume cables are live, you never touch them. It's a trip hazard. Shit. There's stuff lying about, like it's an old video or something. What's that now? Don't know what that is. It's just the basement. Yeah, it's just like the basement. Oh, that touched my head. I wonder what it was. It was just I think the power will be off. I don't want to breathe in any asbestos or anything. My neck, walking into it myself. That's a car seat, so that must have been a bit of a... Shit, I don't want to make too much noise. Is that an old car seat? It's another one. Obviously what they've done is they've used these seats for sitting on just when they're having their drinks or their parties or whatever. Or a lot of... So you can see the roof condition does not look in its healthiest. Oh god. It's a petrol can as well. 4-star red one. Some tyres. So we're going to wait at another big pipe or something here. Like. What you don't want to do is trip, so, or walk into any of that sort of stuff. Right. So that was just a wee look about in there, and there's another old ruin over there as well. Right, so that was a wee look around that bit. I went through that door there, and you saw the condition of the building. It wasn't the best, was it? So just having a look round, see what the other area is. Okay. So I'm just hoping to get enough battery for it's obviously getting a lot darker now. I mean, it's 10 o'clock at night, so it'll be getting dark shortly. It's a fair sized complex, isn't it? Yeah, jeez. Alright, it's not quite as big as Strathmartin Hospital, but it's big enough. Is Keane going in there, is he? Right, what I'll do is I'll save some camera and memory battery for some of the other stuff, because I'm down to one bar and I don't want to lose the memories. There's a wee bit more here at the building. Oh, Keane's just up there. Hopefully you'll see us with the light. Yep. That looks dodgy, does it? There's the moon as well, look, just up in there. That looks like, look at that, John. That looks like it's just going to slice right there. What? Oh, right. That looks real, oh gosh. Yeah, we're deciding that that's too dangerous to walk on, and quite rightly so. I mean, look at the drop, look how deep that is. Yeah. Certainly don't want to be falling in that. And just look at that thing right behind you though, that big bit of wood up there. I don't want that falling down. It's just like it would slice right down. Look at that. Doesn't look too good. Jeez, there's one light on its own up there. Look at that. So that's the condition of the roof. You've got to have your wits about you when you come to places like this, because the multi-hazards here are just countless. There are just so many. I mean, that's all collapsed. So I'm getting myself away from that bit. So if that decides to fall, I don't want to be under it. This actually looks a bit better here, this floor. This is concrete. I hate being the first one in, I hate being the last one out. But I'm going to shine a camera right. Some tiles here as well. It's quite tile work that's survived. Or some of it anyway. So Keane's been brave, he's actually in there already. I think he's the lightest out of all, but when I start to get in there, when I get in there it's not really, I'm not the lightest, so I'm a wee bit worried, but I wouldn't do anything that I wouldn't feel safe in doing, so I'll pause this for a moment. Right, so we're kind of in a wee bit. Come on, probably better spread our weight out, so we don't all stand in the one spot at the same time. Find a beam or something. Look at the walls, the roof. Some tile work. Good grief, he's way over there. Yeah, try and stay within the beams if you could. That's the structural part. The floorboards you wouldn't trust, but see, like the oh gosh, it's all missing there. See that? See, the beams are running this way. So if you could follow one of the beams, famous last words. Yeah. Oh, there's more buildings to explore, so I'm going to save the battery. Right. So much graffiti here. All sorts of words and stuff. Oh, and the last one out again. I hate being the last one out. Right, I'm not far behind, so. Oh, right. Oh, that's nuts. I'm not get through that one. Gosh, look at that. Didn't want to be standing under these. They're just waiting to fall them. Oh, keep well away from that one. I'm going to try and preserve as much battery as I can, otherwise I'll be using my camera phone as a backup, so I don't want to be really doing that. But there's a crate over. Gosh, look at this. Some real strange graffiti and artist stuff going on here. It's just absolutely strange stuff. Yeah, okay, watch for you. I think I'll be on. So we're just in another one of the buildings. Yeah. Is that a cooker or something? What is that?
Yeah.
Fridge. So it's just a lot of graffiti work done here. I think Dave's filmed something quite exciting. I could feel the floor is certainly hollow, but I know that the basement's just under it, or the foundation, so it's just under this, so there's not. But then they've got to watch for the walls. I used to do this in 1991 at the Whitfield Scarring Blocks. Yeah, he's just behind me. Oh my heck, what is this?
Do you recognise that room?
Gosh. Some weird stuff written here, isn't there? Ah, yeah, I know what that is. It's just. I think probably somebody's still used them. So much graffiti here, it's just incredible. Oh, it's got the hangers, coat hangers. Yeah, I noticed that was a crib, or a cradle further back. Oh, I've got ahead of myself here. There's a tunnel that leads, well, a corridor that leads down here, but I'm not going to venture off down there. Not quite. I'll stay together. So it's. So what I'll do is I'll just use this camcorder till the battery really does go, then I'll just have to then resort to my camera phone if that does happen. I'll save a wee bit now. Oh, even got a light switch. Oh, there's light, but it's not from that one. That would be a miracle. So there is a lot of graffiti, a lot of artists getting their hands busy with their painting. There's a lot of stuff here. It's even got the old coat hangers are still up. I'll get my torch on it. See if I can highlight it a wee bit. Yeah. No windowsill ledge. Just going down these stairs. More light now, so I think that was my battery starting to go. Oh, alright, but in this building I'll watch the feet in here, yeah, because this, it feels not too bad, but be extra careful where you're standing on. Yeah, good idea actually. Time's marching on a bit, is it?
No kid stuff.
Oh, I mean this.
Like family, everything.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean this is just, I mean that you can see there, like, now the beams are running that direction, so I just want to stay on the beams if I could. Oh, when you start feeling anything hollow, then just careful with the movements, and also look above you as well, because oh no, there is a hole here. No, that is, I don't know how deep that is, but I don't want to be finding out, but be wary of that there. Big, wow, that looks. Oh, hammer, look at that. Jeez, oh. Big windows. Well, there's a welly, a kid's welly there, I know. Oh, that's well caved in, look at that. Jeez, it's totally gone like. Well and truly caved in. Yeah, no way like when are we going in there? Just pink paint on the doorway, aren't we? So I saw an old oil drum down here. I'm going to have a wee. There's another kids' toys down here as well. Jeez, the moon as well. Look. So this camcorder's just running on vapours now. I mean, it's, I don't know how long the battery's going to hold out, but I've got a fair bit for use. So I'm pushing my luck now, I think. Right, so what we're doing now is we're just heading back out. It's getting late and we've done not too bad so far. I think this camcorder might just make it to the end. I've only got a wee bit to go. Now I am last out, and I hate being at the back because I get nervous with not knowing what's behind me, but I know I feel alright, so I just hate being at the back. But we're back now anyway, so right, this is the last hurdle, and I do not want to. Right, now I feel secure. So that's us back to the car. That was really good, I thoroughly enjoyed that. That was a lovely adventure. So what we're going to do now is that's what 25 to 11, so I think that's enough for the day. That was really adventurous, that. I hope you enjoyed it, and just look out for, see what else I put up. So that's okay. Right, so that's just back in the car now. I've got this additional light on because the other lights up, so you can see me. Hopefully you can see me now. Yeah, that was brilliant. First time I've ever done anything like that. How about you, Cian?
Very good.
Yeah.
Oh, loved it.
Cian enjoyed it. So the other two have got to go. They're the ones that have done this sort of stuff before. They've got early starts tomorrow. I start at 10:30, so not too bad. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and just stay tuned and see what else that I put up. If I could meet up with them again and do another nice adventure like that. Well, I enjoyed it. Okay, thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.